We'll have the time of our lives.
I sure hope so. Hey, everybody.
We'll have the time
Smiley Weasel here.
of our lives.
Anime Tuesday, yes.
Just
Tuesday
you
has been
and
moved
I, so
from Anime
far
Wednesday
away
to
from
we'll be doing Dragon Age
into
Inquisition,
the great
and
unknown.
I really hope you get here before this one.
Time of our lives.
So let's just get into this and see what's going on
I'm
now.
here tonight.
Let's see. No, let's leave mini games on.
With you,
I wanna
I
experience the
feel
game.
like I belong.
Turn off mini games. You don't need to be able to complete your journal. No, I want
Every day a little
Come on.
bit further along. Let's make the most of every lasting memory. Here we
to choice
are,
and then choose.
you and me. We'll have the time of our lives. Don't pass it by. We'll have the time.
Let's go original. It's a little bigger.
Just you and I,
It
so
is.
far away from
It's
home.
standard, but
Into
it looks
the
too
great
standard.
unknown.
I don't think it's the way
We'll
that
have
they
the
intended. It's good.
time of our
No, it looks more
lives.
fun. Anyway, okay, let's start this one. There we go. Melissa, I'm assuming that's us, and we're right into it. Okay. What is this? I glanced at the map, which highlighted road names along with a star next to my destination. After comparing, I came to the conclusion this wasn't the place, but I was close. Okay, so let's just take a pause menu here. So I haven't played this game before. I haven't really done much of anything. But yeah, this is a dating sim, and remember, I think it's archaeological themed. So there'll be like, archaeological mini games and stuff, which should be fun. Alright. And there's no voices, so you're gonna have to deal with me attempting voices for everyone. I'm not gonna give, Melissa here a feminine voice. It's gonna be my voice, damn it. Because it'll just be easier, because she's gonna be saying a lot. So screw it. But we'll see what everyone else gets. Okay, let's get back into it. Triangle. Okay, that's the journal. References. Okay. Forward, no. Don't need auto forward. Okay, and then I assume square is just playing the thing forward. And we got fast forward and rewind. Okay. Next one. The village Corians. I'm gonna call it Corians. Was clustered by the Meuse River. There we go. Meuse, Mouse, Squeak River. And I paused to admire the pretty gardens surrounding the houses. I was oddly calm, despite being over 5,000 miles from my California home. The reality of being in another country had yet to sink in. Up ahead, there was a clearing separated from the road by a fence. On the other side, a few tents that stationed behind a 2-story building. That's all the mice by the Mice River. Squeaky. I spotted an open chain gate with a billboard in front of the driveway. It said Grotto de Calin. Entree. That's the place! A familiar figure stood by the entrance. She was currently talking to a middle-aged man, but when she saw me, she gave me a cheerful wave as I ran up to her. Sherry! Where's Cheryl? Sherry? Oh, that's an I. That looks like an I. Yeah, it's an I. Okay. With one hand on my bag, I exchanged a half embrace with my professor. I didn't know you already arrived. If you called me, I would have come and picked you up at the train station, young lady. How do these people keep mentioned that the cave wasn't far, so I wanted to soak in the energy or scenery and enjoy the sights. And the energy's the same, energy in the scene. Batting around my microphone here. It's a mouse. My mouse microphone by the mouse river. I'm glad you made it safely. Was it difficult taking the train? It kind of sounds like a retired racehorse. Nope, well, I did try to practice my French at the ticket station until the person said that he could speak English. He pointed me in the right direction. Ha ha ha! At least you'll be able to brush up on your French. You'll find it's not too different. Oh, damn it! From Spanish, you'll catch on quickly. I was kind of waiting for, Sherry's face. Alright, let's try it again. At least you'll be able to brush up on your French. You'll find it's not too different from Spanish. You'll catch on quickly. Maybe. No, I took French from like grade 1 to grade 9. I think I failed it every time, so I don't know. Maybe I would have done better in Spanish. I groaned inwardly. My Spanish wasn't the most fluent, but I mentioned it in my interview when discussing how to cope with staying in Belgium without knowing French. Oh, we're in Belgium. Wait a minute, but she's a liar. She's a phony! A phony! But if I said that was I'm playing as her, that means I'm a phony! I glanced around, then turned to Sherry. Where's Paige? Didn't she say she would be arriving earlier today? Or is that tomorrow? I got an email from her yesterday saying there was a family emergency. It's going full in on the horse. She won't be able to participate this summer. Today! What? She's not a little ponytail. Be a maid. It could be a magical amulet. She could be a horse. Never know. I failed to hide my disappointment. Paige was the other student from my university who planned to attend this field school. We even worked our trips to do every weekend during our stay. I mustered up a weak smile. It's understandable. Can't be helped if it's family. Oh, I thought we were family. We were gonna run away together. Belgium was gonna be our second home. But it's okay. Then it would just be me. Right on. She gets all the adventures. Sherry gestured to the other person present to change the subject. Before I forget, let me introduce you to Professor Augustin DuPont, Chief Archaeologist of Kalin Cave. I eagerly extended my arm for a handshake. Everything I heard about Mr. DuPont was from Sherry, and she mentioned that he was a revered Belgian archaeologist. It's an honor to meet you. I'm Melissa Flores, a junior. I look forward to seeing Sherry's student every summer. It's a pleasure to meet you. Because he's not opening his mouth, so he's like kind of speaking through his teeth. He's pissed off. He's seriously pissed off. He's deep down he's pissed off. He better not be a choice. Mr. DuPont spoke with a heavy French accent, but I had no trouble comprehending him. Oh, okay, sorry. Have you gone over everything with Sally? When these students from... Who's that? Liege? Yeah, I want to say Liege? Arrive tonight, they'll get their first lecture before dinner. Okay, so he's opened his mouth now, yeah. So he's let his French accent out, and... It's probably going to be the most offensive game I put out, and they didn't even mean it to be that way. I'm ruining the experience. Yes, I'll attend the lecture, though. I'll still attend the lecture, though. Goody two-shoes student. If I was going to be submerged in the language, I might as well start by hanging out with the local students. Screw them. Mr. DuPont eyed my suitcase. He eyed me suitcase, matey. It must have been a time clip. Come, we will show you around the back. Students will be spending the weekdays here, he said condescendingly. We reached the clearing and I spotted the same tents, most clustered around the perimeter against the bushes and a few closer to the building. Wait, why can't we stay in the buildings with everyone else? Why do we have to stay in these tents? You know? One of these tents... Wait, is that a tent in the back or is that a rock? That's a rock. And that rope isn't going to stop a bear. Look, there's like a big clearing. The bear will just be all like, oh, well, I'll try this, but maybe that is a bear. Maybe the bear is just a hard bear. Feel free to pick one of those. Oh, pick one. Those are for the students who don't own their own tents or air mattresses, or couldn't bring them. Well, it did just arrive from the airport, so what did you expect? Like, pack up this stuff? I suppose I could have stopped by a store or something. Actually, spent a little money. But I didn't get a chance. The game threw me into the world. Oh, okay. Now he just leaves. Whatever. Get out of here. The chief archaeologist gave a nod and then excused himself. He probably had other matters to attend to before the students arrived. I studied the tents next to the building and thought about my phone, which was still in airplane mode. What does that mean? Like it doesn't accept calls? It just puts everything to voicemail? Or... Oh, I never actually had flown while I had a cell phone. I never really played anything. Oh well. How's the Wi-Fi here? Well, in the middle of nowhere, I'm sure it's great. You know, we got the Wi-Fi in the trees, and just every tent has its own Wi-Fi and little antennas. And yeah, I'm sure it's good. If you stay in the tent, you might get Wi-Fi. It doesn't extend much here in the back, which makes sense. Which tent? Which tent are you pointing to? The big one? Because I can take the big one. If you've brought a laptop, you can leave it in the laboratory. It's been done before. Everything gets locked up at night though for safekeeping. No hurt, no pain. I give you a gift. Fair enough. At least I can keep in touch with my parents. Once you finish, come back to the front and we'll give you a tour. Okay, I probably didn't have to force the name on that one. Will we get to see the cave today? It's already locked, so you'll have to wait until morning. But it's early afternoon, isn't it? And the anticipation builds. You just sneak into the cave, whatever. You can't lock a cave. I thanked her and started unpacking. There was already a mattress, pillow, and sleeping bag in place, and it only took a few moments to settle in. Done. Grabbing a small storage bag, I zipped my tent and hurried over to the front of the building. Oh, who are we gonna meet? Oh, it's Sherry again. Is Sherry the secret Yuri option? Anyway, this is the main entrance. This will take you through the... I sense someone rushing in. Is it hot boyfriend number one? Oh, no, she's just kind of pausing. She opened the door, and my eyes widened when I saw display after display. Not bad, at least they drew it. They didn't just rely on a photo. It's nice. So it was a museum! And a remarkably tiny one. After one loop, I was already back to the entrance. I wanted to examine the displays more, but figured I'd have more free time later. Sherry and I ascended to the stairs by the entrance. This room it's more of a multi-purpose room. It can be used for lectures, and it's where findings are gleaned the weather isn't suitable outside. Right on, right on. I cradled the storage bag, wondering how to bring up the question. Fortunately, Sherry noticed something important in there. You gotta say more, Sherry. It's very hard to be all like hoarse voice with just something so small. The extra insulin I won't be using yet. It needs to avoid extreme temperatures. Is there somewhere safe I can store it? So we got diabetes. Right on, right on. You know, right on. That's cool. You know, a little character trait. Well, it's not really a character trait. It's more of a symptom, disease, bad thing, good thing. I mean, insulin is good, but for the reason for having it. Whatever. Let's keep going. Of course. Thank you for reminding me. Feel free to use the indoor kitchen since it's restricted to staff members. Augustine has granted you access since he knows you're diabetic. Oh, okay. She let me back, giving me a chance to store the insulin bottles in the fridge. But there were other insulin bottles, and now it's going to become a war. And to conclude the tour, this is the lab. This is where most of the research takes place. How many students will be here? It varies. There can be as many as 40 or as few as 20. Students from Liege are required to devote at least 4 weeks working at an archaeological dig, regardless of their major. Right on, so political scientists are there too. They're going to be digging up excuses why they have to go back home after. Therefore, we may get a lot of music and art students too. Nah, make those little prissy bitches dig in the dirt. Get in there. The other students should be arriving soon. How's the jet lag? Not bad so far. A little fatigued, but nothing else. I'm going to be up all night, aren't I? Well, you know, time differences. Maybe. Makes sense. But don't worry, hunky boyfriends will keep us company. Worst case scenario, I'll give you an extra day to prepare yourself for the dig. You have reviewed the materials we've given you, right? Well, I've given you. Yes, I've looked at it. I never looked at it. I want to look at the materials. Let me see the materials. Is there anything else you'd like to go over? It's been a month since my last lecture. Oh, Jesus. Over itinerary. How long have you been digging here? Inquire about Kaelin Cave. It's Neanderthal. Isn't it? Neanderthal? This game has me wondering now. I noticed in all your lectures you use Neanderthal. I've always heard it as Neanderthal. Is it a preference? A preference. There's no H sound when it's pronounced in French. Oh, is she French? Is she a French horse? And German. It's something that I picked up when I started working in Europe. Okay, so she's not. Right on. However, both are accepted spellings in academic journals. Here, it'll be referred to as Neanderthal. Okay. Right, Neanderthal it is. Okay. How long have you been digging here? How long have you been part of the team? Me? I started working with Augustine about 10 years ago. We go way back. That's how I established the Kaelin Cave internship. Our university has developed a reputation for bringing over exceptional students. I wonder if I should put like a little time in the description of the YouTube variation of this. It's like hoarse voice ends here. And it's just me this year. I hope I'm going to live up to expectations. Wait, what about the other students? Don't they get to come too? I'm sure you'll do fine. schedule exactly? How long does the dig take? Go tell. It's ongoing until the end of August, and you'll be leaving at the end of next month. Was it? Wait, what? I'm only here for like a couple months? Well, that's not enough time to fall in love with a hunky boy. Right, on a Saturday. I know only 4 weeks are required for the field school, but I thought I'll learn more if I stayed for 8. Dates aside, breakfast is served in the morning at 7:30. Cave and lab activities go from 8 to noon, and then there's an hour for lunch. Activities resume from 1 to 5. Dinner starts at 7. Why is she looking like kind of suspicious? Is there something wrong with dinner? Or is it supper? Is that what we're going to ask next? Does she mean dinner? On weekends, both students and the excavation team leave for home. The cave and museum are locked up during this time. So I don't get to come to the museum and learn stuff? Or do I have to break into the museum? Are one of the boys' friends going to be all like, let's steal stuff? Is one of the side missions a heist? The back of the building will be accessible to you, of course. Right on. So that's where we do it. That's where we come in from. We steal stuff. Alright. That's what we'll be doing. We'll be heisting this place. And if you prefer, you can sleep on the second floor. If you don't like the idea of sleeping outside alone. But wouldn't is this museum get locked up? Are you sure about that? Again, I'm sorry, it's just you usually get more students than this. I'll be okay on my own, promise. School training system, I feel like there's something that'll come up later. We'll learn about the cave at that time. I don't really care about Augustine. We already know enough about him. That's all. Then I'm getting tired of doing the horse voice. I think I'm good for now. Great. However, if you have any new questions come up, feel free to ask. We heard activity outside, complete with loud voices and footsteps on the gravel. There they are. There they are. It sounds like the students from Liege are here. Augustine will start the lecture soon. Huh? No chance to unpack or get ready or anything like that? Hey, you said I had like a day. Oh, that's through the dig. No, all of the students were given instructions on when to arrive. Punctuality is valued greatly here. You'll lecture now, and the students will settle in after. I'll be on my way. Let's see, some of the students stood while others sat on the stone tiles in front of the building. A few leaned against their luggage, but they all formed a semicircle around Augustine. There were about 30 faces, and I wondered how this camping grounds would contain them all. They fell silent when Augustine began to speak. Let's see, so we got... looks like a guy who doesn't really want to be there, but he's there just because. Shy girl and shy girl's friend. Right? Good. Although I picked up keywords such as archaeology, grotte, and sediment, much of it was lost on me. Repeated calcare a lot too. What is that? Calcare. Should I know that? Let's learn French, everybody. Let's do a little Google helping, because why the hell would we learn a new language when we can just... Oh, okay. I see what it means. Do you know what it means, ladies and gentlemen? No, it's limestone. He's talking about limestone. This kind of sucks, you know. What about lemon stone? Or horse stone? Or mouse stone? With the Mouse River. However, his gestures were vibrant, and I sensed the passion behind his voice. It got me looking forward to excavating tomorrow. Wait, but you're not excavating tomorrow. You're excavating in a couple days, remember? You're getting that extra day to recover? She's excited. We're excited. Let's dig. We're going to dig into the museum. what are we doing? Game, inquire, browse, internet, study, play, catch, socialize. I kind of feel like we should socialize. See, stress goes up, empathy goes up, culture goes up. Play, catch, culture, and stress goes up. Well, I think a lot more stress go up because we don't know anybody. Study, we don't want to be known as the nerd. Browse the internet. Inquire. Maybe, but I still think we should socialize. Game. That would be kind of fun, but that would kind of say to other people, like, we have no time for you. What are all these? Okay, I can't click anything here. Am I supposed to set my own schedule? Oh, okay, Tuesday is flashing. Okay, so today is Tuesday. Okay. Let's socialize. We'll socialize some more. Then, should we play catch? No, because we're still pretty tired. We don't want to study. Let's socialize all day. Okay? Let's see. We got the morning. Browse the internet to learn about all the things that people told us about. Inquire. Then we'll socialize again. Okay, Thursday. Let's study. And we'll play catch. It's good. I kind of feel like we should be focusing on something, but okay, let's study. Socialize again. And then study again. Okay? Oh, here we go. Study, email, explore museum, game, explore town, dance, explore town again, and then dance. Okay, so now we can do Monday. This game, study, socialize. Yeah, this seems fun. I mean, for not knowing how the game works and not knowing, where we should be focusing on. Because I feel like, all these stats are just, aside from, stress is something we're going to have to keep down. But all the other stuff, like, culture, rationale, empathy, and diligence, are probably going to be, like, the main traits of some of the other guys. And we have to build up on those. If we want to get, like, the super secret menus. If it's like, one of the few other games that I've played in this regard. So, that's good for a start, I think. We're on Tuesday morning. Yep, let's play. Like Sherry said, there was another lecture in the morning, complete with a whiteboard and Augustine demonstrating how to use a trowel. Oh, we're on Monday. Why did it start me on Tuesday then? It was all in French, and Sherry was kind enough to translate some key phrases or remind me that I covered this with her before the trip. The students were divided into one half, me included, to head for the cave, while the other group would stay behind for labyrinth. Ah, losers. Cave for you. The walk to the cave was roughly 10 minutes passing through a narrow path in the sloped woods. The trickier sections had cement stairs installed along the handles to prevent slipping. Oh, very nice of them. When we reached an ordinary-looking shed, Augustine pulled out his keys. I realized this was the cave entrance, or at least the artificial part of it. Dun dun dun. So that's how they lock it. Want you all inside, please spread out so I can explain how to wet clean. You filthy peasant bitches. He repeated the instructions in French as we filled through one by one. There was a raised counter in the middle with plastic containers suspended on wooden supports. Wait, why would he say that in English? I kind of feel like he's just being a dick. You know, he's like saying stuff in English and then he's like, I'm going to explain everything else, all the important stuff in French. Hey, we changed. So this is where the wet screening takes place. Looks like it can only fit 2 people at a time. I wonder how often it'll be used. Probably fairly often, you know, once we get to know people. They'll be all like, hey, you want to go wet screening? And I'll be like, yeah! Augustine demonstrated by lowering an empty metal sieve into a plastic container. Grabbing a hose, he mimed washing the screen and rooting through the pretend dirt. As much as I tried to pay attention, the language barrier tested my focus and my eyes started to wander. Look down at my feet, check out the posters. I feel like I'm going to catch someone's eyes. Stay focused. Stay focused, and we kind of force ourselves out of focus, you know? It's just one of those things where it's like you're focused like a laser beam, but then that laser beam starts to spread because you don't even realize it, and you're just kind of like not even paying attention. You're too focused on focusing. So I feel like the posters are all going to be from French anyway. So if we look down, maybe someone will take pity on me and do all the work for me. My foot tapped quietly on the steel platform and I happened to glance down. Through the holes, curious, I peered over the rails at the suspended platform. Whoa, how deep does this cave go? Or at least 2 stories high from the looks of it. Now I wish I had a rock to toss down to test unless it caused a noisy chain reaction of unwanted proportions and alert whatever is lurking underneath. Monsters! This game took a whole new twist. I wonder if it's possible to visit below. Is there another entrance? We're gonna find one. One of the guys is like, let's sneak into the cave. And we'll do some wet screening down to there. Yay! And I'll be like, yeah! Now I wish I had a rock to toss down. Oh, let me go back. There we go. A shuffle brought me back to attention, and people were gathering buckets and tools and knee pads. What do we need knee pads for? I should have paid attention. I followed and carried everything in my own bucket, including a sheet of paper encased in a plastic bag. It's my bucket, bitches. The real entrance to the cave opened, leading to a narrow industrial catwalk suspended over the abyss. Once I walked through, the temperature dropped to a cool chill, and I zipped up my hoodie. Sherry's back. Augustine directed the students to various locations, while Sherry carefully slipped by and I followed. The cave opened up farther and in with numerous stalactites and stalagmites everywhere. I know what those are. They're the little spiky things. The catwalk railing disappeared where the ladders connected or when it branched off into other segments of the cave. I hope archaeologists aren't watching this. They'd be like, spiky things. Unsubscribe. Or report. Sherry, where do I dig? Dig in your heart. Sherry leaned over the railing and pointed to one of the deeper parts. You will be digging here. It's 125,000-year-old lair, the very same one where they discovered the Neanderthal mandible was Neanderthal. What? I'll be digging in such an important place already? Well, they are probably already discovered all this stuff. So they're like, whatever, you're not going to find anything. Just dig. Despite my nerves, I felt giddy inside. Sherry climbed down the ladder and I trailed behind her. At the bottom of the ladder was another catwalk, positioned exactly in the middle. When do we get to meet the hunky boys? Now that my eyes adjusted to the dim light, I noticed there was strings and cords hung everywhere in a specific pattern, with notes nailed into the soil. Also, why did I choose my schedule if we're still... We're digging. What the hell? Sherry brought me to the end of the catwalk where there was yet another ladder, but this time much shorter. You'll be digging on the right side. Ooh, this is where I'll meet someone? Here was a rather cozy-looking pit. A perfectly dug-out square. 2 to 3 people could probably move around freely in the space. Ugh. It was almost right under the main catwalk, higher up too. This is your carry, D32. Oh, is that my C14? Oh, is something going to happen at C14? Carry, D32? Carry means square. Everything is separated into a grid system, starting from the entrance to this cave. The uppermost left to the right it goes. A, B, and so forth. That makes sense and explains all the lines dangling from the ceiling too. Therefore measuring. Correct. Shall we take a closer look? The photographs for this row should be all done already. I'll be right back. You can go on ahead and set your items down, she said ominously. She retreated while I placed the bucket next to the shorter ladder. I descended and grabbed the tools before I hopped off the last step. The layer I would be working on was mostly dirt with the odd large rock sticking out here or there. It would be easy to dig. Mini game time? By the time Sherry returned, I already had my knee pads out and the piece of paper next to me. Here we are, a picture of your square. She handed it to me. I could tell it was printed off by the highest resolution possible. Fully inked and glossy. What do we use this photograph for? First things first, we distinguish each layer and culture in the photograph. Once Augustine or myself check it over, you can go ahead and start excavating. This picture is an irreplaceable reference, and you'll find yourself relying on it often. Please don't lose it or get it tarnished. Sadly, Augustine is short-staffed at the moment. I'll be helping the other students since most are new to this too. Is there anything you'd like to go over? Oh, here we go. More questions. Type of excavation, the details regarding the document paper. Once you find an artifact or bone, handling each layer. I know what to do with this one. You just keep it. That's why we got the bucket, right? You just kind of toss it in there and then we're done. The details regarding the document paper. We'll learn as we go. I think I got it. I'm good, Sherry. Wonderful. I'll give you some time to get familiar with your square. My square. Set up defenses, turrets, traps, tripwires. If you're struggling, remember you can adjust the heat lamps. Also, the photograph's contrast have been altered to help distinguish the sedimentary layers easily. I kind of want to do like an evil like doctor voice with her. I'll be back shortly. I glanced down at the photograph before comparing it to the vertical wall in front of me. No matter how closely I looked, everything was brown, and more brown. How am I supposed to tell the difference of this brown layer from that brown layer? Now deterred, I picked up a pencil and began marking the more distinct sediments. Eventually, it became less solid brown, and I could see reds and faint yellows within the soil. Yeah, she's going to be like overly positive, you know. I was so focused that I barely registered that I wasn't alone anymore. Oh boy, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Oh, it's one of the guys who's like, I'm only here for, like archaeology is super serious. I have a strong past and super emo. I'm all edgy and you better treat this thing with respect. I'm the best archaeological digger ever. I've been digging since I was 5. I found a Tyrannosaurus Rex in my backyard. And I was just whatever, man. A tall student stood by the square next to mine, already engaged in identifying the sediments. I paid him no heed until I became stumped on whether I was looking at one layer or 2. Quietly peering at his profile, he seemed rather familiar with the system. I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask him, or at least try to communicate. Can I get your opinion on something? Quiet student. What? Hello? Bonjour? Guten Tag? Still no reaction. I reached out and gave him a gentle tap on the shoulder. Whoa! The touch jolted him so abruptly that I retracted my hand. He whirled around and glared at me. Oui, avez-vous besoin de quelque chose? I don't know. No French. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. No parler non. Oh, Anglais. He placed the photograph on top of his square. Did you need something? Yes, actually, I'm trying to figure out what layers, and I can't tell if it's this one. I gently traced the soil and pretended to pinch the air to give an idea of width. Or 2. It seems reddish at the top. He grabbed his trowel, giving the vibe of a serious and no-nonsense person. Once I shuffled out of the way, he examined the area I'd indicated. 2. The stratum is more red, as you said, but gradually disappears around here. He etched a small line to mark the ending. I blinked as I recognized the differences, then nodded gratefully. Thanks so much. I mean, I sort of figured, but I wasn't sure either. It's nice to get a second opinion. I gave him a cheerful smile, but he remained impassive. He even seemed baffled that I reached out to initiate a proper handshake. I'm Melissa. I'm the only foreign student here, if it wasn't obvious already with my language skills. Reluctantly, he switched the trowel to his left hand, and we gave a solid shake before letting go. Kyler. I kind of want to give him a pompous voice, but I can't really do a pompous voice. Yeah, I have to practice that. And that was it. With nothing else to work with from his introduction, I decided to bring up his skills. I'm guessing you're aspiring to be an archaeologist? Well, aren't you all? Though I suppose, they did say like other students would be coming in, so maybe that's why he's all pissed off. Because he doesn't want to be an archaeologist, he just wants to be like, a paleontologist. You appear to know what you're doing. He returned to his side of the square and knelt down, grabbing his photograph. Yes, this is my 4th time here, and I'm acquainted with the subject. And you, especially since you're not from around here. Well, pretty serious about it. I'm still deciding. I think he would want me to say I'm pretty serious about it, but I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy that's like, I got a dark story, and archaeology is super serious, and I don't want to take it super seriously. I just want to have fun. So we'll still say I'm still deciding. I'm not entirely certain yet. I sort of stumbled into anthropology, and I can't tell if I want to get into archaeology, forensics, or cultural anthropology. I took the field school because I had a feeling it'd be the deciding factor on whether I'd go physical or cultural. Oh, I see. Yeah, you just get the hell out of here. Go back to your square, bitch. Get back there. This doesn't explain why you didn't pay much attention earlier. Oh, you watching me. That means you weren't paying attention either. See? I gotcha. Disinterest seeped through his voice. I had the feeling any impression he had of me fell like a stone. Okay, so he's off the list then. Well, I know I'll learn a lot from this field school anyway. I don't plan to waste this opportunity. Uttered a nervous chuckle. He obviously wasn't convinced, and I dropped the topic. Jesus, I should probably have a drink by me if I'm going to be reading all this. Since we're excavating next to each other, that makes us square mates. Or would that be Carl mates? Either way, I look forward to working alongside with you. He looked confused, but simply gave a mechanical nod. He's a robot. That's his dark secret. Yeah, sure. Even his last words felt artificial, and I lost him to his little world of microstratigraphy. Stop teaching me words, game. I'm just here to come up with funny voices. I guess he values his concentration. Or he's a robot. He's a robot. I mentally reminded myself to bring my earbuds for next time. I had a feeling we wouldn't be making much small talk outside of excavations. And away he goes. The rest of the day was pretty uneventful. It was mostly a long wait for my photograph to be approved by Sherry, and then I got hit by jet lag. Despite my worries, Sherry said she would not deduct marks if I napped until dinner, although she did scold me for forgetting my journal. Oh, shuckleberries. I scanned the tables and maneuvered to where Sherry sat. I scooted to a spot on the bench and silently started on my meal. After a few bites, I poked at the pizza dejectedly and sighed. Now I really wish Paige was here. And we promised to do so many things together, too. I glanced up hopefully at Sherry. I felt bad, but she was the only oasis in this unfamiliar place, and I clung to it. Not only that, aside from Kyler, none of the students greeted me, or even tried to converse with me. I guess it was obvious that I didn't attend the same university. Will I fit in? The question was more to myself, but Sherry overheard. Worried? The students here can be reserved, but I'm sure there'll be a few brave ones who'd like to practice their English with you. They're probably too focused from the lectures and the tasks right now. True, I'm sure once we all get used to the routine here, I'll have more chances to mingle. I ate with gusto, feeling confident now. When I finished, Sherry glanced at my empty plate. Here, I'll take that for you. Try to get some rest. Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. Her concern cheered me up, and I chided myself for feeling anxious when I had barely anyone. I retreated to my tent as I settled down contemplating about tomorrow. A musical tune disrupted the quiet night. It was quickly silenced, but I knew the catchy introduction theme to Ishtara Anywhere. I grabbed my 45X. No, I didn't leave my system on or anything. Was someone else playing? I might as well play some Ishtara. A little grinding will do me some good. I booted up the game, and the first notes of the theme song blared loudly. I had forgotten that my earbuds weren't hooked up to the handheld. I slid the volume down, hoping I didn't startle anyone. The low spirits I felt earlier today melted away to the warm colors of the game. I think I already know who we're going to talk to because I saw the trailer, and he was like the gamer guy. But he looked like he was like the gamer guy who's like, I'm a gamer guy, but I got like a dark history. Yay! Yay! Oh, that's cute. Dawn of the third day. Okay, so she socialized with the shy girl and her friend. Right on. And she succeeded. Yay! Us! And I'm enjoying a pleasant jog early in the morning. Since I don't know much about Koreans, I stuck to the familiar path between the train station and the museum. Wait, are we actually doing the town tour? No, that was on the weekend. Game you're skipping ahead. When I returned, I saw people mingling in the open canopy. That meant there was enough time to eat breakfast before the trek into the cave. Oh boy! I swung a leg over the bench and settled into my seat. After pouring myself some apple juice, I grabbed an orange and began peeling it. Okay, let's see. If I remember correctly from the trailer, he was the sporty guy, right? He's gonna have a French accent too, but I don't want to give everybody French accents. I already only got like the one accent. So let's see. So the mopey emo guy, he's already, thrown off to the side. He's on the bench. He's not out of the game, he's just on the bench. Okay, let's see. I mean, he seems nice. We can't give him like a condescending tone. Let's see here. Did you have a nice jog? He's not going to sound like Melissa. I really should have given Melissa a wrong voice. Startled by the unfamiliar accent, I glanced toward, greeted by a friendly face. Unfamiliar? Would you be French? Would you be familiar French? Ooh, okay. Accents are going to help. Accents are going to help. I did. It was a short one, though, since I don't want to risk getting lost just yet. I don't know the area well enough. The roads can be pretty windy, too. You think you're heading east, and somehow you end up going north. Okay. He's trying to connect. Oh, yeah, I noticed the streets aren't all clearly marked. The names are mostly on buildings. Speaking of names, I'm Melissa. Pleased to meet you. Tell us about his accent. What exactly is it? I extended my arm, and he accepted my handshake. DeAndre. Enchanté. That's minus a few points there. He's, the coach is staring at him. The coach is giving him a look. It's just like, the bench is right over there, but we'll see. We'll see. Wait, you're from around here? Okay, so Siesta? No, that's not it. Is he Mexican? Wait, why don't we go back? Why don't we sometimes go back? I'm not pushing anything. Is it? No, it's not the analog, because I haven't played with that. Oh well, okay. Wait. What's going on? Game. What are we doing? Why are we in the menu? Why are we suddenly on the menu? I pushed X. It's just... Your accent sounds different in English. The people here haven't been... No. It's just that one guy. Sherry was good. Augustine is condescending. Because we're English. And, Shy Girl and her friend, they were nice. Gabbing with us. So, your accent... also, it'd be nice to get a hold on his accent. Your accent isn't French when you speak in English. Did you learn it from somewhere? Okay, so I can't give him the accent anyway. I studied... Oh. Okay, shoot. Can I do a New Zealand accent? Without it sounding Australian? I don't think I can. I'll try for a few lines. I don't have any references. I studied abroad in New Zealand for a few years and picked up their manner of speech. I think I started good, but then I kind of screwed up halfway through, and now we're stuck back to normal. That makes sense. Well, it sounds lovely. It's a charming accent. So he might be on the bench just for the fact that I can't do a New Zealand accent. Which I'm sure he doesn't have, but, at least we got something. Seriously, sweet as I was concerned, I'd be hard to understand, considering it's not my first language. Well, that's not the case. Maybe I'm getting there. I'm grateful that you took the chance. For a while, it seemed no one wanted to talk to me. I worried it was somehow unapproachable. Not at all. Many people here are shy. Well, making him Irish. You gotta save the Irish. Many people here are shy in the beginning, but they warm up quickly. It's kind of like a Cockney Australian now. We're actually intimidated by your presence at first. Huh? Me? Well, I thought you were some high school prodigy archaeologist, since you had obviously flown in from another country. Hey? Is that me? Hey, Australian? Who's that? Hey? Me? A prodigy? Okay, so the other guy wasn't spreading rumors about me. That's nice enough, I guess. Maybe that'll keep him on the bench, though. Like I said, he's not out of the game. Not out of the game. He's just on the bench. The coach is still keeping his back on him. Oh, no. I'm just a regular university student working on her anthropology major. And I don't look like a high schooler. Did you call him a high schooler? Can we go back? Okay, he didn't. Bitch. First year? No, second year. Well, I guess technically third. You? Ooh. He's going for like the younger ones. Can we trust him? I don't know. He seems like he wanted me to be young. Maybe it's complimentary. Maybe again. Yeah, the coach has his whistle. Okay, just let you know. Fourth, I've sort of fallen on electives at us. So summer, what seemed the easiest? We noticed a few students getting up and bringing their dishes to the outdoor wash area. DeAndre reached into his back pocket and pulled out a phone. He glanced at the display. Speaking of which, if we'd like to pass, we should start heading out soon. Cave or lab? Well, I imagine it'd be the lab today, because if we're splitting up into groups, then they would have the cave today too, right? Right now I'm on dishwasher duty, but I'll be working in the lab afterwards. They're still getting around to approving people photographs, including mine. Kind of bouncing around with them, accent-wise. Wait, dishwashing? Aren't we in a school? Shouldn't he be learning? Again, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it. It's no problem. I know what it's like to be in a new country and away from your folks. So if, in the future, if any, New Zealanders or Australians watch this, my apologies. To the French, screw you. You get what you get. Once we finished breakfast, we stood up at the same time. We momentarily gazed into each other in surprise. He was much taller than I had expected, near Kyler's height. Now that I think about it, if most, if not all, of the students here were easily a few inches taller than me, or more. DeAndre hammered a fist into the flat palm excitedly. Oh, that was another reason why we thought you were a high school student. Hey, I'm only slightly below average height at home. DeAndre grinned in amusement. When we left the academy, I spotted a middle-aged woman frantically asking students something in French. What's going on? Helena, the receptionist here, is looking for volunteers, but it hasn't been easy. I offered to cook all week, but it's not a one-person job. I had a partner for today, but any past that. See, I have a partner for today, but any past that. Okay, ... Sherry did encourage me to participate. More like I would be marked on with my helpfulness outside of archaeology, too. Should we keep giving him a chance? See, the thing is that if we go with good luck with that, chances are we're going to run into someone else. We volunteer for tomorrow. Maybe we'll run into someone else as well. Because that's the thing I want. I don't think these first few chats or these choices are going to matter because they're just introducing us to the characters and stuff. But he did make fun of our height. Did make fun of my height. Let's see. I can't just, push up and then it'll just bounce around. The thing is that's kind of sounds rude, It's like, good luck with that, I mean, if the wasn't there, then it would probably sound a little less rude, but like I said, this probably doesn't matter. You know what? I'm gonna go with this one just because it means that we're probably gonna meet someone else. Okay, sorry, DeAndre. I mean, you're not off the field, but the coach again is still watching you. He's got his whistle in hand. He's about to blow it, but we'll keep you out there. But for now, good luck with that. I know I should volunteer, but I don't want to do that so soon. My head is already swamped with learning how to excavate, but I haven't even dug in it yet. Well, then she's still on jet lag, so she would probably just make some mistakes. And she was given a day. Damn it, Jerry, you and your hoarse voice. I'm sure you'll find someone. Good luck with that. Yeah, thanks, Mel. Ooh, you're already getting pretty familiar. I didn't call you D or Andre. I called you DeAndre, right? No. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I never called you Andre, yeah. You can't call me Mel. So, yeah, I think the whistle was just blown there. I'll see you later. I'm glad my photograph got approved. Now I can finally start digging. Minigame? So, where do I start? From the top? Right, you start at the top and work your way back 2.25 centimeters. Then you proceed downward until you finish there. Some people prefer to dig back a few centimeters, then work their way down. Either way, as long as you're making progress. For now, we have to remove the Costa Mudde. Using her trowel, she etched a line near the top of the square. The dirt at the very top was hard and compact, with footprints all over it. Those bitches. Yeah. Oh, this is out of context now. People have trampled on it, and it's been exposed to the air for so long that it's better just to remove it all. Custom barred? Wait, it sounds similar to Merida. Therefore, exactly, it's the top layer of crap, to phrase it mildly. Just dig back to... Is it 2.5 or 25? 25 centimeters. And a few down when it comes to this layer. It'll make working much easier. You'll still need a document for this, but you don't have to worry about the details. At least this will give me a chance to sharpen my excavating skills. I discreetly glanced in Kyler's direction. He must have been super diligent, since he had already stripped his lair away. Ooh, don't tell me we have to talk to him again. I don't want to talk to him. No. No. He's already on the bench. Hesitantly, I took the bigger trowel and started scraping. Amazed by the resistance, I had to apply more force to make a dent. Let me give you some tips. Oh, here we go. Now, before we dig, we should remove the top layer. It's been treaded on, and its soil is now mixed and disturbed. You can see how dark and compacted it is compared to the light and pristine sediment beneath it. Not only that, it's hard to dig through and all clumpy. I'm assuming the squares are going to change color when we start the actual game. Already testing it out. Someone's eager. Remember, you only need to remove a few centimeters worth. Try it out. Okay. Let's see. Note the top row has 5 beside it. This means 5 cells must be chiseled black out. In an uninterrupted sequence, since this is a 5x5 grid, you can clear the first row. Okay. Gotcha. Just like this. So why do you keep taking me to the journal game? not pushing the journal button. I'm pushing X. Perfect. A clean line. I'm awesome. The best archaeologist around. Take that, Kyler. Get out of here, Mitch. Make sure you don't remove too much, or you might be digging into the sediments you'll be recording. Is there a way to prevent that? I mean, I can easily distinguish these two layers, but I'm sure it won't be always this obvious. Oh, okay. You can use the tip of your trowel to etch into the sediment. It helps to separate the stratigraphy so you don't have to constantly check. Make sure you haven't dug into a new layer. Oh, she hit the... Oh, from 2. I'll try it here as a practice run. The etch tool on the left is a useful option and marks the cells that do not need to be chiseled. With an X, try etching the third row. Great. See how there is a 0 beside this row? That means no cells need to be chiseled, blacked out. You can leave it as is. Right on, right on. Looks like the top layer ends here. I agree. Now you won't have much left. You'll need to clear anyway. Here I go. Oops, no. There we go. Yay, I'm an archaeologist. That's perfect. The custom mod has now been stripped away, revealing the pristine sediments underneath. Keep on pushing. Okay. Now the top 2 columns are all marked with 2. This means each column has 2 cells that need to be filled in. Okay, how do I fill them in? Since you filled both rows with 5, all the requirements have been completed. If you check, it will tell you if you've correctly chiseled the cells. In the future, you can also use skip to pass the puzzles you can't solve. It looks like I've completed everything. Now I feel like a real archaeologist. Not just a real one, but a pro. Where's my money? That's wonderful. I'll help you helping the students out. But if you're stuck, don't hesitate to ask for my assistance. You could have asked for it last time, but you didn't. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? If you're unsure of a row or column in the future, use the numbers on the sides or top. The corresponding row or column will be correctly filled out for you. So 0, 2. You can use these hints several times per puzzle. The game will help keep track of how many hints you still have left. But I don't have any. Careful though, if your stress levels are too high, you won't get no hint, or as many hints. Oh, that's cool. Does this make sense so far? I think so. Here, I'll show you a little more. Now that the couch to Mars is done, I can finally start digging, right? You sound eager, but your hand is shaking. Are you feeling okay? Okay, I think I get it here so far. So, my assumption is you hit the top left one, and then the second row, the first 2, skip the middle, the next 2, skip the third row, first 3, and then the last one. And then the one at the start and the one at the end. I'm assuming. As I play with my microphone, I really shouldn't. I'm good. Just a little nervous since this is a 120,000-year-old square. I'm worried I might accidentally throw something of extreme value away. Ooh, I don't know. What are the religious people going to say? We're going to piss them off here too? As long as you stay aware and don't dig through the sediments carelessly, we use micro-strategic approaches which require high spatial control. Why don't you point out the sediments? Dig a little into this one. The separation is unmistakable. Everything still looks brown to me, but here I go. This puzzle has multiple numbers in the same row and columns. It might seem a little daunting, but you can start by solving the puzzle in the second row. The row requires 2 segments of each 2 cells. You can't chisel them together or you have a 4 for this row instead. Okay, here we go. There, how does it look? Okay, stop going to the thing. Perfect. Hey, I was right. The first element is the 2A layer. This is will you stop going into French. Level. Yeah, that's right. Deposition. So it'll be silty. Silty? Yes. And easy to work through. Not many pebbles or grainy textures here. Excellent. Now let's focus on the first column. See the first one? You already filled it in, or you already filled it within the second row. Okay? This means no adjoining cells need to be filled. You can etch the cells around it. Now what remains, the column still requires 2 cells to be chiseled. Go ahead and finish it. Okay, so I don't dig around where I've already dug. Dug. Like that. Great job. See if you can complete the rest and use check whenever you think you're done. Okay. Okay, so that's done. Okay, so it's just here. Check. That's not quite right. Try again. So try continuing from the 4th row. You can also use hit. Yes, I know it. I already used it. Okay, so that one is set. Three, 1, 2, 3. Still, I don't have the biggest problem with. Okay. Wait, wasn't I like that though before? One, 3, 1. Okay, so it has to be this. Because it can't be. None of this can be filled in. None of these are good. 2 and 2. Check. Try continuing from the 4th row. You can also use hints. But there's nothing more I can do. Two, 0. Check that. Was that the one that we're supposed to dig? Check. Okay. I don't know. 1, 2. Okay. Okay, so it is in groups. Just wondering how we got the one at the top there, and how we know which ones need to be, not chiseled. Or etched. I don't know, we'll have to figure this out. Anyway, I figured out where all the sediments are, Sherry. Agreed. You still have your photograph. You can fix up some of the pencil lines you put down before. Usually you need your photograph approved by one of the staff members here, but since we're short-handed, I'll be overseeing this photograph submission as well. I agree with this calligraphy. I'm just butchering that word more and more every time it comes up. Mark down. You can outline the pencil with a permanent marker and start digging from the top once you're done. Thanks, Sherry. While you work on that, I have a quick question. Actually, you know what? You do that. Let's just see. The top layer that needs to be stripped away before real work can begin and has been compressed, rocked on, and mixed from human activity. Anything found within the layer, such as tooth, will be placed in a bag. No context will be measured. Okay. Stratigraphy. Stratigraphy is the study of the layers of the rocks and sediment. It is used in both geology and archaeology fields. By distinguishing the layers, it's possible to build a chronological sequence and understand the context of the deposited sediments and what lies with them. Okay, so 20 more or 18 more journal things. Oh, and 20 more lab things. Okay, what? Huh? Did you bring your journal? I didn't forget it this time. I was just looking at it. Wonderful. Also, you have talked to Helen already. She's the receptionist here and oversees the volunteers for cooking and cleaning duties. I could see where this was going. Uh-huh. As you recall, I expect you to volunteer since it'll be for marks too. Oh, I haven't volunteered yet. You'd better get on that. Helena did say that she's having a hard time finding volunteers, but if it's part of the school thing and it's part of grades, then why wouldn't everybody do it? Also, I feel like you're just trying to get cheap labor out of us. Liz, I'd like if you could help out tomorrow. I hope it's not too abrupt. That's going to put us with, let's just face it. She's just going to keep bitching about it. Alright, fine. No, it's not. Honest. Great. I'll let Helen know that maybe you didn't volunteer because of the language barrier. I can be the intermediary until you're confident enough to volunteer on your own. I think we can volunteer on our own. I think people are getting sick of your voice. Thanks, Sherry. I'll let you finish your first task. I'll be mostly helping other students here. Give a holler if you have any inquiries. I personally want to get used to digging in the cave first before you transfer to the lab. Next week you can decide which one you'd like to focus on. Generally, students spend 1 week in the cave, 1 week in the lab, then alternate. However, I think flexibility is very important, so I'll let you plan your days. Sounds good. With the conversation finished, Sherry climbed the ladder, leaving me with a remote Kyler. God damn it, we're going to the lab. Geez, he digs so fast. He does have experience, though, but I wonder if I can even rely on him. So much for a square main thing. Pulling the earbuds out of my pocket, I inserted them and turned on my music. Now let's tackle this mucky lair. back to conversing. Failed that socialize. Heavy, heavy. Way too heavy. Why did I think it was a good idea to fill it to the top? Not only that, I had to climb 2 ladders, gripping the bucket handle with both hands. I managed to trudge forward with the wet screening area. Luckily, one space was free. I set down the bucket, then placed a screen over the container suspended above the tub of water. I tried hoisting the bucket only to find it was too short for this task. I kicked futility at the cement block until I realized it was faster to grab it and drag it next to the tub. Stepping on that block, I unceremoniously dumped half the bucket's contents, trying not to overdo it. Once I had my labeled cup next to me, I grabbed a hose and gently compacted soil, using my free hand to break up the globs. While I sifted through the items, I glanced at the person across from me. Okay. He tentatively broke through the wet screen, unable to determine if any of the objects were rubbish or worth dropping into the cup. Okay, so this is the gamer guy. Again, from the trailer. So he kind of looked like he had a serious side to him. Not too serious, maybe dramatic. Not so much fun. We'll see. I mean, we are kind of playing a game to get the guy, but we'll see. His arms are skirted. I'm scared his hoodie design, although it seemed vaguely familiar to me. I watched him, and he happened to look up, meeting my eyes. Bonjour. Sorry, I can't speak French. I'm not even sure if you can understand me. I didn't mean to blurt that out, but he averted his eyes briefly for a moment. I thought he didn't understand English and didn't know how to respond. As he introverted. Hello. Do you speak English? Yes, I think I'm pretty fluent with it. Sweet. It's always nice to know I can talk to more of the people here. I'm not confident with my French at all, let alone Spanish. I chuckled a while I waited for a reply. However, he meekly nodded, then glanced down at the West meeting. Total opposite DeAndre. Guess he's not big on conversation. Music is great, but I spent all morning super sociable. Besides super sociable, Kyler. I need small talk, darn it. Let's having trouble. Looks like you're struggling with the tarnisage. You're actually paying attention? Looks like a good job. A bit. I don't know much about archaeology, and I'm scared. I'll throw something valuable out. How old is your carry? 4,000 years, I think. Oh, that's cool. At least you don't have to worry about finding the Neanderthal parts and remains. Less pressure and all that. I guess. The conversation died awkwardly. I need another angle. I don't want this discussion to leave a poor impression between us. It's bad enough that I had one with Kyler. What else could I say? Okay. Is it bad that I already know, like, if I say something about his hoodie, he's going to get all excited and be all like, oh, it's from my gaming. And I'll be like, oh my god, I game on that too. And he'll be like, oh my god, you do? And then we start talking. I mean, what are you taking in school? Maybe. But the hoodie seemed like it should be familiar. I mean, you probably won't want to talk about what his major is. And I may not know about the major, so go with the hoodie. It's going to be a general statement, but that I got a clearer look at what he was wearing. Wait, no way! Some of the design was still hidden by his arms, but I recognized that logo anywhere. Oh my gosh. I love your Chronicles of Zelda hoodie. It's based on 20 Masks, right? We've played them before? See, yeah, there we go. It was practically my childhood. I love the series, and it was my favorite one. Really? Mine too. I've always appreciated the darker directions the series took with it. Yeah, I love the mysterious, spooky vibe they had going. My favorite part was learning about the world through the side quests. I'm guessing you completed the Lover's Quest? What did you think of that one? Tell me about his accent. Is it French? Loved it. It was really sad and I felt guilty. I couldn't reunite them every time. I think I shed more tears over that than the actual ending. The NPC schedules were super detailed, and I'd end up following each character. What a nerd. Indeed. I agree. The main town felt livelier for it, and liked your choices. Could influence the characters too. Wait a minute. We're calling him a nerd, but we're talking about games. But we're playing a game with a fourth wall breaking jokes. I'm Shoji. Okay, so Japanese? Maybe? He eagerly extended his arm, and I flinched from the unanticipated gesture. Seeing my sort of reaction, he hastily withdrew his hand and averted his eyes. Sorry. No worries, I just didn't expect it here. Here! I initiated a handshake this time and really realized how gritty and wet our hands were. He seemed to be aware of it too, and we exchanged an apologetic look, followed by a laugh. My bad. I should have wiped my hand first. Not the best of handshakes there. It's fine. The burst of zeal he displayed when he gushed over games had quickly mellowed out. We realized each other's hand, and we silently returned to his. While screaming, I did the same. Wait a minute. I see someone with to constantly keep pushing out or pulling out, being all introverted, like just keep grabbing him for the fire. Okay, Coach has his eyes on him. Sometimes I glance up and sense he had more to say, but did not articulate them. I already forced enough conversation out of him for now. When he was done, Shoji tripped over the screen, dumping out all of the rubble, which disappeared with the water below. Nah, nerd. We had an option to laugh. After Shoji picked up his empty bucket, he lingered by the catwalk for a moment before returning to me. I'll see you around. He trailed off, and then it hit me that I hadn't even said my name myself yet. Oh, it's Melissa. Alright, pleased to meet you, Melissa. Well, at least he calls me with the full name. He's not like DeAndre, using shortened hand already. Likewise, see you later, Shoji. He gave me a grateful nod before disappearing into the cave. Batman! I might as well finish up too. More gabbing. This gabbing. Yay! Success! Okay, before I continue, I need a drink. So, we'll leave you with this nice little soft music. Some bobbing around. And I'll be right back. Much better. Alright. I see DeAndre's name. You better not be calling me Mel again. Otherwise, the coach is blowing that whistle and is on the bench. Once I had finished preparing the plates and cutlery, I returned to the kitchen. DeAndre stewed soup in a giant pot resting over a single burner stove. I had quickly learned that lunch always consisted of sandwich ingredients along with a serving of soup. Finished setting up the tables. Oh, he's calling me Mel again. I did not give you permission to call me Mel. Alright? You are on the bench. You sit right next to Kyler. Thanks, Mel. I'm great. Oh, right. Australia. Thanks, Mel. I'm grateful for that you volunteered and all. Maybe it's better now that I had something to drink. It's no problem. Glad to be of help. He tapped the top of the pot with a stirring spoon to get the liquid off. Do you cook often? You seem rather skilled. I don't know. I don't know if stirring soup is considered a skill. At least you seem to know what you're doing. I've been cooking seriously since first year of university, perhaps. I mean, before, I could do the basic prep or throw frozen meals into a microwave. Once I moved to New Zealand, I sort of picked up the cooking while living in the dorms. Eating was pretty expensive, and I needed to keep a strict diet. Strict diet? I'm guessing you worked out or participated in sports? Yes, he does. Right? Right? Hey, you ain't wrong. Chain and weightlifting are part of my regimen. I'm a rugby player. Figured. We saw the rugby with a little catch thing earlier. In the menu selection for the weekend and stuff. For the weeks. Oh, that's neat. What position do you usually play? I'm a lock. We stare at him and smile as we go back to the dishes. See, just like that. I'm guessing you don't know much about the game of rugby? No, we do not. Not really. Sorry, it's similar to football, or American football, but without the padding. Basically, the locks provide the power on heights. Well, that doesn't help us understand it. I mean, if anything, now I'm more confused. Put your heels all. Break through the defenses, jump high in the lines, and out. It sounds like every position. I lost you again, didn't I? That lineout. What's a lineout? Yeah, well, let's start with the lock. Anyway, locks have to get the ball at whatever cost. He extended his arm from head to reach for me and made a permanent jump. Oh, no. Rawr. Aggressive must get possession of ball. Okay, you're being a bit too forward there, DeAndre, okay? Maybe we should take you off the bench and put you, in the stands. You can watch the game from there. Well, not as aggressive as flankers. You don't want to be tackled by those. I giggled, deciding not to ask what a flanker was either, and gently shifted the topic. Where did you learn how to play rugby? I'm guessing New Zealand? Well, I grew up always playing it. Even joined a local rugby club, but moved to New Zealand to hone my skills even further. Out of all the countries in the world, why New Zealand? If I recall, you went there to study, right? How is that related to rugby? Was he on is it a sports scholarship or something? Is it on the local team? I'm assuming. I went there because one of the universities in Wellington offered a program that combined its rugby culture with education. Okay, so it is a sports scholarship. He grinned like a child reminiscing about their Christmas presents. Maybe a bit of a showboat too? Yeah, that's right. In the stands with you, DeAndre. I got to enroll there for a few trimesters, along with free tickets to elite games and a gym membership, where the top-notch rugby players trained. Not only that, I got to participate in their practice sessions. I learned lots down there. It was pretty sweet times. It was expensive though, and my visa expired. I guess it was inevitable to know. And now I'm finishing up my degree at least. What degree are you working on? English. It all sounds pretty heavy duty. How do you balance both rugby and your English degree? You're not just focusing on your rugby career. As much as I love rugby, too much can happen on the field. One traumatic or hard-hitting injury, and your careers are over. Even with the best physique, you may not play as well as you did before. I figured if something were to happen, I could always teach English as a foreign language to fellow. Pop Bubbles and DeAndre softly cursed. He grabbed the spoon and stirred again to prevent ingredients from setting on the bottom. Phew, never thought about this. Guess time does fly when you're having a conversation. What's the time? I checked my phone display. About time for the students to eat. I'll get the cold cuts and drinks out now. Nice. The soup looks about ready. He turned off the burner and focused on organizing lunch. I glanced at DeAndre as he happily hollered to the students coming down the stairs from the forest trail. It sounds like he figures things out now, but I gotta focus on what I'd like to do. What do we say again? Okay, we're socializing. Oh, the pompous son of a bitch. Okay, and success? Yes, success. And now we're studying. We suck at studying. Okay, we got that. Good. No, that's not a fail. That's awesome. That's exactly what we wanted. It's starting to sound rowdy. Rowdy over there. I could even hear the hollering and cheering over the video game music. A large silhouette appeared over near my tent and yanked out my earbuds. Oh, no. Will you get the hell out of here with that? DeAndre, leave me alone. Come on, guy. Leave me alone. Mel, you around here? Over here. I'm in the yellow tent. Don't announce yourself. He gave the tent's flap a knock, rattling the fabric. I zipped it open and poked my head out. Okay, so here's the guy from earlier. Something up? I thought you'd rather socialize than hole yourself up in your tent. Want to break up the language barriers? He held a raspberry-flavored beer bottle and swayed it before me. So wait, he wants to get me drunk? Although by the end, we'll all be here anyway. Ah yes, drinking, a universal pastime. Should I join in? We should do it responsibly. If I decline, all I'm going to do is just go back to sleep. Nothing's going to happen. Let's see. Let's do it responsibly to keep ourselves sober. I'll join in. Are there no non-alcoholic drinks available? DeAndre held the bottle close as he tried to recall. There's orange juice and cola, I think. If there's Diet Cola, that'd be great. Diet. Got it. I'll meet you by the campfire. I'll take it easy tonight. I'm sure it'll be fun. I wish I had a beer after all. All I could use the courage, or the extra courage. I glanced around the crowds and took a tiny sip of my drink. DeAndre had wandered off somewhere, being the social butterfly he was, and I felt like I lost my connecting link to everyone. Well, it's fine. We don't need him. We don't need DeAndre. He's in the stands, out of the game. You know what? Kyler's there too. He was ignoring us. He was being a bitch. So they're both in the stands. Shoji is, he's fumbling with the ball. Coach is keeping an eye on him. And then there's one more guy, and then the secret Yuri option. So 2 more people. We'll see. Usually I socialize just fine, even in a room full of strangers, but the language barrier isolated me. Is this how a wallflower feels? I exhaled wearily, wondering if I should retire for the night when I looked up and I noticed a girl standing by herself. Oh, it's the shy girl. We already talked with her, so we're good. She glanced around before fiddling with her nails. Was she waiting for someone, or felt left out too? Well, she's not with her friend. Saw her with her friend earlier, and she was in the little gabbing animation. She's cute. It can't hurt to say hi, right? I approached her from the side, then still a little ways from her. When we made eye contact, I gave a friendly wave, and she smiled back. Okay, so far so good. She's not super introverted like Shoji. Maybe she'll actually talk to us. Hello. Je ne parle pas français. Et tu? Et tu, Brutus? Et tu? Et toi? She grinned and pointed at herself, and the mistake dawned on me. I messed up already. I combed my fingers through my hair, then shook my head dramatically. As embarrassing as it was easier to laugh it off, and the girl giggled. She's poking out her tongue. Okay, see, wait, is that? Is she? I can't see. My eyes are all watery. Yes, that's her tongue. Okay, playful, good. Je parle Francois, I speak French very little. I speak English well. Okay, playful. Good, good. Playful faces. I can see. After exchanging a laugh, I offered my hand and she accepted warmly. Okay, so yeah, she's on the field playing. The ball's been given to her. How's she gonna do? I'm Melissa. Joan. You're from the America. From the America? The America. You mean like the North America, the South America, the Central America? America's a big place. Yes, I'm from the States. I hope you like Belgium. Very small country, not like States. Okay, so she's not too fluent in English. But what's her accent? What's her backstory? I like it a lot. It's beautiful. I'm glad. Our chat was short and slightly clumsy due to the language barrier, but Joan was patient and we enjoyed the interactions. She perked up when she heard someone calling for her, and gave me a little nod before excusing herself. That wasn't so bad. I really need to work on my French, though. I should get some sleep. I made it to the tent area and I heard a loud smack, followed by gasps and roaring laughter. It was coming from the other side of the building, and I'm muffled on. Sounds like they're having fun, but I don't want to be too tired to dig tomorrow. Man, this is... this is... I think we need a break here. I'm slurring my words. My eyes are watery and I'm making too many mistakes. But I think we did get almost a full week of this. We met most of the characters. Like there's one character left. 3 of them you've already I don't know. 2 of them are definitely on the stands. They're potentially no longer playing the game. Shoji's doing okay, but you know, as I said, coach has got his eye on him. Joan is, well, we didn't really get to talk with her too much. She's okay. Well, we'll see. We get second interaction with her, and then there's the mystery person. I'm assuming Joan is the next or the other choice. But it makes sense. It seems we have a bit of rapport with her. Not to mention, I think. Let's see. If we go to gallery, yeah, Joan is right there. Okay, so we're just waiting on Hendrik. We already met Shoji, DeAndre, Kyler, Hendrik, and Joan. So Hendrik, we actually get the least win. Ooh, okay, that's minus a few points with Hendrik. Other gets more than Hendrik. Kyler gets more than Hendrik. It's because we don't meet Hendrik for a while. So yeah, everybody else gets 6. Even Other gets 6. Oh, Hendrik only gets 5. Guess we'll find out when we meet Hendrik. But yeah, I guess these are our 5 choices. So yeah, DeAndre, Kyler in the stands. Shoji, he's probably on his way to the bench. So it might just be between Hendrik and Joan. We'll see. I mean, Kyler and DeAndre, they could turn things around. Shoji could be a little more extroverted. We don't have to keep pulling him out of the fire. You know, keep him in the conversation or whatever. We'll see. But that'll all come next time, ladies and gentlemen. Next Tuesday. Yes, next Tuesday when we continue our Anime Tuesday. C14 Dating. Hope to see you all there, and we'll further our decision, and maybe we'll lock in on one and just focus on them. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, see you all there. This is Wally Weasel signing out.